everyone. I thought I'd do a quick introduction because I didn't actually say where I was this week, but I went out, shot on my medium format camera, Mamiya 7.2 with a roll of black and white. So I used a roll of Ilford Pan F Plus, ISO 50. Not used this film before, but it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so sharp, really fine grain, great contrast, so really pleased with the results. And because it was a foggy morning, I was really pleased. It was a foggy morning, so I shot some really nice twisty branches and things like that in the woods. And yeah, it meant that I had to put the camera on a tripod because some of my exposures were quite long, around a second or so. But anyway, yeah, no, I'm really pleased with how it looks. So here's the negs here. Apologies for the audio. I had a couple of problems with my audio recorder. It ran out of battery at the start. So I was recording with my shotgun mic on top of the camera. So that's kind of what I've used. It's fine, but it does pick up everything else that's around, and there's a bit of road noise. I didn't realise how much traffic goes up past these woods, but it was kind of like that commuting time where people with proper jobs go to work. So yeah, anyway, it's a little bit louder than I had hoped, but it gets better later on when I found out that my battery had gone. But anyway, and there's a few raindrops on the lens on a couple of the shots, which really annoyed me. But there's so much to think about doing this, but hopefully you will forgive me and enjoy the film this week. So with this shot, I've metered for the darkest part, which is one of the branches, and it's given me an exposure of 2 seconds at f8. So I'm going to stop it down one stop, so 2 seconds at f11. So I'm going to shoot at f11, but with the reciprocity failure of the film, I've looked at the chart, I'm going to go for about 5 seconds. So yeah, 5 seconds f11. Two, three, four, five. So we've only got the one lens for this Mamiya 7, an 80mm, so it's the equivalent of about 38mm. So what I'm trying to pick out here is, because the branches are so twisted, I don't want them overlapping with the branches behind. So where you've got a really nice twist, there's some really kind of nice shapely twists on there. I want to try and keep those in the shot as much as possible so they are the real feature. So I have to try and keep a nice bit of clear background behind them, just so that you can see the twist. so this fog is starting to burn off a bit now, which is a bit of a shame. I knew it wasn't going to last though, but I'm going to try and head somewhere else. There's a little lake, so I'm hoping that a bit of fog might just hang on that lake, so we'll head over there. So the fog has a way of just kind of simplifying everything, and I like the way that it just softens everything up. You don't get anything kind of loud jumping out of you in the background, so that's always nice for just isolating things. We've got this little tree here, I think it's a hawthorn, and you know, just the fence leading up to it, and I like the way the wire it's twisting just as it goes up. So I've got it as a kind of landscape composition, and I'm focused on about a third of the way in. I wasn't quite sure where I should sort of go, but I'm just going to stop right down to F22. I'm just metering off the grass. It's given me half a second, so you can tell how everything's brightened up quite a bit, but it's nice that the fog has still lingered on this bit here. So yeah, we'll get this. So looking at this hawthorn a little bit closer, I'm going to go in a little bit tighter because it's got some great dewdrops just sitting there, a few little thin spider's webs, so it should be nice with a really nice kind of foggy, diffused background. So with this on, I've decided to go for a vertical composition. Problem I have using this particular camera, closest focusing is about 1 metre, and because it's a rangefinder, I'm looking through the rangefinder, I'm not actually looking through the lens when I compose, so they're slightly off. So they're fine, it's fine for subjects where, you know, you've got kind of 10, 20 feet away, but when you start coming up close, then there is a bit of a shift in what you're framing up to actually what you're taking. So I've decided to just keep it as this sort of fairly open, wide composition, quite a bit of negative space. It means I'm shooting up, so the dewdrops that I liked are actually have a very light background, so they probably won't work how I would like, but this is what I'm going with. So yeah, it's just as I thought. I got down to the lake and the fog has gone, all burned off. You've got to be really quick. It goes by about kind of mid-morning, so I probably could have finished this roll if I hadn't had to be filming myself. I'm trying to get the reflection as kind of like the main interest, so at least 2/3 of the image is the reflection. Just with a little bit of the trunks of the trees at the top, exposure 1 second at f16. Oh, I've been really struggling this last hour or so. I've been walking around and the weather cleared up a bit, so I dropped down to that lake area and all the mist and fog had gone. But in that woodland, nothing was kind of grabbing me. I was sort of set on getting some foggy pictures today. So everything else in the woodland just wasn't right. So everything was just coming to an end and I couldn't find anything. So I came back over the fields that I visited just before, and well, it's not foggy, but it's just kind of very, very overcast, and I'm still not feeling it. The last couple were kind of using up the roll. I wanted to get the roll used up. So my last shot, I'm just going to end up getting a shot of Barney. So I'm going to set him up in front of these ferns here and get a shot, and then that can be the last one. So there we go. Here. Wait. Good boy. Done. All done. Good boy. That's me done for another one. Please leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of the photos, and I will see you next time. Cheers.